In this video, we are going to know about rendering list in React. First is what is list render. Second, using map to render list. Third, why key is important. Fourth is rendering list of object. Fifth is conditional rendering in list. Sixth is styling list. Seventh is handling click keywords in list. Eighth is nested list. Ninth is empty list handling. Have you ever wondered how app shows lists like products, uses, and comment? In React, we don't write lists manually. We generate them dynamically using Java. Today, I will teach you everything of rendering list in React from basics to advanced. And as well, we are going to see the code as well. And the first point is what is list rendering? In simple words, list rendering means showing multiple items on UI using data. Instead of writing HTML again and again, we use JavaScript loops. Example, array of users, list of products, comment section. So here we are going to practice these questions, and as I'm going to show you here, you can practice it on your laptops using map function. So here I'm going to create a component. So I am having a components folder. You can create it from here. It's quite simple to create a folder, and here I'm going to say the component name is going to be fruit. We are just going to add react fragments which are starting and opening brackets. So I'm just going to create a list of fruits. I'm going to say constant fruits is equal to, let's add apple, then let's add banana, then let's add mango. Okay, so these are list of fruits. Whenever we are going to render anything, it will be inside array only, or either it will be in array of objects. We are going to write the JavaScript. So we are going to use curly brackets. And inside this, I'm going to say fruits dot the function name, which is map. Okay, so we are mapping these fruits. Okay, now I want individual fruits. So I'm going to say fruit. So what this will do, this fruit, it will loop. Like as we know for loop, it will loop. It will print first apple, then it will print banana, and then it will print mango. So we are going to make a loop. I'm going to add here arrow function, and then in circular a rounded brackets we are going to add here, and here we are going to get individual fruit, add an h2 tag. Inside this I need to print a fruit, so I'm just going to add curly brackets, which is a JavaScript again, and I'm going to say fruit. Let's come inside app.jsx and let's call that component. So here I'm going to call the component which is fruit. So as I do this, I'm getting this suggestion. As I click enter, it will get imported. And here we need to close it. Now if I come on the page, you can see three names are available. Okay, apple is available, banana is available, and mango is available. This is not a good way. We are going to add some information, like we are going to add key. We are going to talk about key. So we are already having array of fruits, and we are just having a map method. Map method here is taking one element. It is taking apple, then banana, and then mango. It is happening dynamically. Okay, if I change the array size, if I add many more fruits, then it will dynamically get updated on this page. Let me first refresh the page, and you can just see there is one error, one warning. So it is saying child in a list should have a unique key prop. So key prop we are going to add, and we are going to know what is unique key and why we need to add this key prop. So React needs a unique key for each item. Unique key will help the browser to understand which item is deleted. So for example, I want to delete the apple, and here we'll get two buttons, edit and delete. Using id I can delete it, using id I can edit it. It makes it more easy for React as well as for us. Instead of passing id, I'm going to pass here index. So what is index? Index is nothing but the array. This will print 0, then 1, then this will be 2. As I add index, I need to pass here key. So I'm just going to say key, and I'm just going to say index. If I want to print the index, if I just add here h1 tag, and inside this, if I'm just adding an index, and right now if I come on the page, you can just see 0, 1 and 2 is been displayed. So it is taking array index. So what index will be? It will be index of that particular element. So this is present at 0, then this is present at 1, and this is present at 2 index. So here I just pass the key. This will be unique for each element, and based on this key we can delete it, we can edit it, everything can be done. So the fruit will be displayed, and then that index number will be displayed. So let's see, apple is been displayed, then its number is displayed, banana is displayed, then its number is displayed, which is the index number of that particular array. This is not a good approach to pass the index. It should be unique id, and we are not going to pass index, we are going to pass unique id, and we are going to get it from the database. So let's come here. I'm going to create users.jsx. Here I'm going to create constant users equal to, and inside array of object, let's give id as 1. Then we have name, add here a name, and id can't be same, so I'm just going to make it 2. Right now we are going to add JavaScript, and I'm just going to use curly brackets, and I'm going to say users dot map. So from these users we need individual user. Okay, individual user, and I just need to display their name. But what I'm going to do is we are just going to add a circular bracket. We are going to add a div. Let's add a div. And I need to pass a key. This time I have not added here index. Why? Because id is already available inside array of objects. From user, we are going to get the id. Okay, the unique id. Okay, for first user it's 1, for second user it's 2. And to print the username, it's quite simple. You can put here h1 tag or whatever tags you want, and I can just say user dot name, and this will make very easy for us. app.jsx, let's import that component. So I'm going to say users this component, let's import it. And as it gets imported, if I come on the page, I can get these two names. Component which we are going to create here is list.jsx. So I'm going to create products array. So it's quite simple. Constant products array of objects id, let's give it as 1. Let's give name laptop price 50k. Similarly, I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to add, instead of laptop we'll have phone. Let's give id as 2, and let's make the price as 20k. We are having two products with their price, with their name and their ids are unique here. Products dot map function, arrow function here. Okay, from the products I want a product and individual. You can add here any variable. Inside rounded brackets I'm going to add, let's add here item div, and we need to give a key. So key here will be dot item dot the id which is available here. Okay, so let's add it. Name, we can just say h2, and we can just say item dot name. And to print the price, we'll add just a paragraph tag. You can use anyone, and here I just need to say item dot price. So it is very easy, guys, and I just need to render it over here. Let's comment this out. Okay, and let's import that component. I can just see on the page the laptop with its price, the phone with its price is available. Array of object inside products variable. We are just mapping products, and we are getting individual item. That means item first we are going to get this one. Then we are going to get this one. If there are many more, we are going to get it one by one. So from that, the ID will be unique for each of them. It will be displaying its name, it will be displaying its price. I want items more than 30,000. So for this, I'm just going to say item greater than 3,000. We are going to use a ternary operator. In previous video, we have already known about this. We are going to use this one bracket. In this case, what I need to do, I need to display that particular element, we can just say. Not greater than 30,000. We don't need to show anything. I'm just going to pass the null. Let's make it 50,000, 20,000, and 30,000. Fine. So if the item is greater than 30,000, we need to display that element. Now here one thing which we have just forget to do is item dot price. So we need to check with what? We need to check it with price. So it will be checking it, and if it is greater than 30,000, the element will be displayed, otherwise element will not be displayed. If I come on the page, I can just see laptop has been displayed because its price is greater than 30,000. What if I just change this symbol, and let's make it, if it is smaller than 30,000, then display. So it will display 4. So this is without using filter method. Now using filter method, we are going to see products.filter. Products.filter. And what this filter is going to do, we are going to get individual item from this products. From the products, we are going to get one item at one time. And I'm just going to say if the price, that means item dot price, if it becomes greater than 30,000. As I do this, I'm going to apply map method on this. We are getting all the elements which are greater than 30,000 here. This value we are going to get. This will be skipped dot, and I'm going to apply map on it. So map, and we are going to get the item from this. So let's get item, and inside s2 tag I'm just going to pass a key. We need to pass a key. So what we are going to do is key, and here item dot id we are going to get it from it. item dot name to print the name. As we move on the page, you can see laptop is been displayed. You can also change the sign, and then you can just see here phone will be displayed. Now we are going to style the list. So from this component, I'm just going to remove this. Here we are just adding h2 tag. Let's pass the key with it. So key will be the index. So here we are going to add style. In a React, style is added and it is in object format. So I'm just going to do in this way. And let's add a color. Let's add a color. So inside this style also I can add a condition. So what I'm going to do, index if is modular to remainder becomes 0. That means if the index number is even, then at this point I just need to print which is green. Okay. Else I just want the color, for example red, if the index number becomes odd. And let's come here and let's print the fruit here. So I'm going to say fruit. So let's comment this out. Okay. Right now you can just see this was at 0 index. Okay, I will just print the index with it. So let's come on the fruit plus index. And if I come on the page, you can just see this was at 0 index. Okay, this was at 0 index. So 0 is an even number, it will be green. 1 is odd, so it will become red. And 2 is again even, so it will become green. I will just add space. We are just applying a map method on these fruits. And we are getting the key from the index number 0, 1 and 2. In style, we are putting it inside object. Index modulus 2. If it becomes 0, okay, then we need to make it green. The remainder is not 0. That means the odd numbers, it will become red. And we need to print the fruit and we need to print its index. Now what if I just do here, remove this, and I'm just going to use not operator. So whatever the even numbers were there, it will be red. Odd number was there, it will become green. Remainder is not 0, it will print green. That means odd numbers. But even numbers will have 0, so it will print red. Now we will talk about handling click events. Okay. So now I'm going to remove this one. Let's add a button here. And here with this button, I'm going to pass the index as a key. Let's give index as a key, and I'm going to add an on click event. So on click event is there. Okay, and in on click I'm going to use an arrow function. Okay, I'm just going to make an alert. Okay, and which will display that particular fruit if it is getting clicked. So let's add it, display the fruit here. So I'm just going to say fruit. Let's come on the page. Where is it? Okay, fine. Now as I click on apple, apple will be displayed. Quite simple. If I click on banana, banana will be a popping an alert message. If I click on mango, alert message for mango. We are applying map on fruits. We are getting the fruit. Okay, and we are getting the index. Index we are passing it to key. Key will become unique. And on click event we are just passing an alert. Whatever the button will be clicked, we can display it over here. Now we are going to talk about nested lists. So what is nested list? So I'm just going to create a nested component right over here .jsx. So I'm going to create constant users array of object again. So we are having users and here I'm having array of object. So unique IDs are there, names are unique, and their hobbies are unique. Having array, and inside that we are having an object. But inside that object, again inside hobbies section, you can just see we are having another array. So this is also easy guys, and I'm just going to add an curly bracket. I'm just going to say users dot map, and here I'm going to get individual user from this. Okay, let's add a div and we are going to pass the key. So key will be user dot id. H2 tag, inside H2 tag what we are going to do is user dot name. So to get the username we are going to say user dot name. Maybe some students have 3 hobbies, maybe some students have 4 hobbies, so it should print dynamically. So I'm just going to make a curly bracket and I'm going to say user dot hobbies dot, and I'm just going to use a map method on it, and we are going to get an individual hobby for every user. So I can just say hobby comma index, and inside list what we can do is we need to pass the key. So index, quite simple. To display the hobby inside curly brackets we are going to say hobby. To load this component, let's go inside app.jsx. I'm going to remove this component fruit and let's import the component by saying nested. Okay, and if I come on the page right now, you can just see A is printed, its hobby has been printed in list format. B is printed, its hobby is printed inside list format. Last point which we are going to see is empty list handling. So I'm going to come back inside fruit.jsx file, and here I'm just having some of the fruits. Now what if array is empty? At that point we need to handle it. So what we can do is inside curly brackets, I'm going to have first of all the condition. So I'm going to say fruits dot length. If it becomes triple equal to 0, that means it is empty. So at that point, what we need to do, we just need to display a message, and that is going to be inside paragraph format. I'm just going to say no data found. Okay. And in the else statement, so I'm just going to say fruits dot map, and I'm going to get the individual fruit from it, comma, for example, I'm just going to pass the index with it for the unique ID. And here we're going to do, for example, let's add a div, let's pass a key, and the key will be index, which is going to be the unique. And here inside this we can have an h1 tag in which we can pass the fruit, individual fruit. Quite simple. Okay, so let's make this fruit. All right, so let's load the component again. Let's comment this, let's comment this. And right now if you see on the page, all the fruits will be displayed right now on the page. And what I'm going to do is, let's make the empty array right now. Okay, let's come inside this, and the array, I'm just going to make it empty, remove all the elements from it. So it will show us no data found. Why? Because the length will become 0 because there is no product inside the array, and as it is not there, it will display no data found. In the else case, this will be displayed. So this is all about list, rendering list in React, and practice this guys with your laptop. That's all about today's video. How was this video? Let me know inside comment section. Thank you guys for watching this video, and see you in next video.